Marley from the Energy Boutique with your energy forecast for Sunday, July 16th. So we have the moon in Cancer all day. Of course, we're building towards our new moon in Cancer that we will have here on the 17th. The moon in Cancer means that the moon is in its place of power. We are definitely kind of more drawn inwards in this Cancer energy. We want to stick to what is old, tried, tested, and true. We want to stick to what is familiar, what is comfortable. And in this process, we are trying to really sort out our feelings. We may be a little bit defensive, a little bit overprotective, not only of ourselves, of our emotions, but over the people that we love. And of course, this is an opportunity for us to center ourselves, which may pose a little bit of a challenge, seeing as we are in the dark phase of the moon. There is no light in the sky. We have to sit in the shadow realm of our thoughts and our experiences in order for us to figure out what it is that we're moving away from and what it is that we want to build in the place of the things that we're no longer in alignment with. So this is also the last full day that the nodes of the moon are going to be in this Taurus and Scorpio axis. We are shifting into the Aries and Libran energy within hours of this new moon in Cancer as well. Definitely recommend listening to the astro forecast that I put out. Even the 2023 energy forecast that I put out at the beginning of the year. Look up, I believe, part 3, where July is concerned. Dive into what the nodes are all about. Download your moon guide, listen to all the content that I've put out there, not only for the new moon in Cancer, but tying in the nodal shift as well. So there are 7 different aspects here today, and 6 of them are going to involve the moon. So the moon in Cancer is going to go ahead and trine, which is a beautiful energy, with Saturn, the Lord of Karma, who is retrograde in Pisces energy. This is what gives us our trine. It's water on water energy. Now, this particular aspect is definitely going to kind of bring us down a couple of pegs because we have to kind of be logical and practical and realistic with whatever it is that we got going on. And of course, Saturn wants us to really dive deep into our emotions, into our beliefs, into what it is that we are essentially closing the door on. Because this is emotional in nature, because the moon is involved, we're definitely realizing where it is that roles and responsibilities are shifting. We're closing the door on some, we're opening new doors up to new roles and responsibilities because, of course, we are closing a chapter and opening up a brand new one. The moon will then interact with Uranus in not the nicest way. It is going to create a little bit of a tension, a little bit of a conflict. Uranus, of course, the great awakener. He downloads us with aha moments, with epiphanies, with ideas in order for us to open up our mind and to contemplate change. Of course, change is not the thing that the Cancer energy wants to do. We're very attached to the past, very, very connected to what it is that we've already built. And therefore, the disconnect here is because there is a part of us trying to push for change, trying to push for transformation, trying to align with our higher mind, with the observer mentality to see what it is that we've outgrown in order to actually initiate walking away from such things. While the moon in Cancer is just not having any part of it. We're kind of, holding on very greatly, very dearly to the things that we are overly attached to, that we know we have to let go of, that we know we have to change and transform. And therefore, attention, a conflict is going to be illuminated on where it is that we're not feeling prepared to let go and open up our hands to the new. The sun in Cancer energy is going to be making a positive interaction with Jupiter. This is definitely going to show us where it is that growth, expansion is needed. That's Jupiter's whole role, if you will, is to push us outside of our boundaries, to push us into new situations where we can grow and expand. Now, here's the thing. The sun shining a bright light in this Cancer energy is showing us what has to change. Now, the thing about it is that we might put on a little bit of a mask, a little bit of a show, if you will. We are coming off and appearing as if we are more open and flexible to change and transformation than we actually are. And in some cases, sometimes you have to kind of fake it in order to actually make it. The moon goes ahead, interacts with Mercury. So this is our heart and our head interacting, and we're trying to get on the same page. Mercury, of course, ruler of the mental plane, ruler of information communication, how it is that we express ourselves in the heart and soul of the zodiac in the Leo energy. The moon, of course, in its place of power in Cancer energy, has us all up in the feels, but our mental plane is kind of showing us where it is that big ideas, big goals, big dreams, wants, needs, and desires to truly express ourselves, to get things off of our chest, is definitely something that we have to do. Not the greatest time for that, I'll be honest. A new moon is not about, starting let's say, taking the action to start the new thing as much as it is thinking and feeling about starting the new thing. This is a time of rest, realignment, recovery. So this is going to illuminate where it is that the gap, the distance is still alive and well between our heart space, between our head space. We're trying to articulate and formulate a plan and a strategy first on how it is that we're going to kind of get these things off of our chest, put some of those ideas and feels out into the public air, but not necessarily take the action to do so. The moon will then sextile Jupiter, which is a beautiful energy. It is pushing us, emotionally speaking, into a place where we're really contemplating, letting go, detaching, releasing ourselves from the past, from the old version of ourselves, old circumstances, old roles and responsibilities, in order for us to build something new. That's what Jupiter in Taurus is all about. We have a year to start building a life, a realm, a reality that looks good and that feels good. The moon is going to go ahead and make an interaction with the North Node, which is a big deal, saying that the North Node is about to switch up signs, switch up energies, kind of close the door on the last 18 months worth of karmic life lessons and open the door up to the next 18 months about what it is that we are going to learn collectively. The moon interacting with the North Node in this way does have us kind of thinking more about the future than we normally would do with the moon in Cancer. And we're learning, we're growing, we're healing, we're recognizing what it is that we have to do to actually make some progress in moving forward, which is never a bad thing. The last thing that we have going on here today is the moon semi-squaring, so a little bit of a tension point, a little bit of a conflict with Venus, the goddess of love, beauty, worth, pleasure, money, who is in the heart and soul of the zodiac in Leo energy, preparing to go retrograde on the 22nd. So this is definitely going to kind of expose our real raw vulnerabilities, especially where relationships are concerned, highlighting where it is that we're not so happy, we're not feeling so safe, secure, not so content in some situations. And of course, this is an illumination that has to show us where it is that we're not really feeling the vibe, where we're not feeling so good about what's going on, because of course we're in the dark moon. We are in the phase of recognizing what it is that we have to move away from, and of course, planting the seed in our conscious awareness on what it is that we would prefer to be experiencing instead of some of the things that we're now identifying we're just not working with.